Hello everybody and welcome to the Tarda Zone. I was going to do a little video on this, but I decided to come on and, go live with it. Why not? There is a lot to talk about as well, I suppose. So yesterday, some of you might have watched my video. There was photographs of Jodie Whittaker that was circulated. They were supposed to be leaked photographs of how upset she was. Now, I covered that yesterday. Also, we seen a photograph which I put up on my Twitter account. For anybody that follows me on Twitter, you would have seen it. A photograph of a Dalek being unloaded from an articulated lorry. Now, that's got a lot of fans speculating that the Daleks are obviously going to be appearing in Series 13. Now, obviously, fans have also been speculating on the fact, well, could the Daleks be responsible for Jodie Whittaker's regeneration? Well, I've got some news for you guys. Obviously, with all the news that's going on, the sources obviously have come back to me, and I have been given something. Now, I did put the disclaimer before we started. So anybody that comes at me over this, needs to cop onto themselves. I've put a disclaimer up. I'm not saying this is fact, that this is what's being given to me, and I'm just passing on the message, basically. I'm passing on the information. You guys in the chat and you guys that don't like me can do what you will with it. Basically, at the end of the day, I will always say, take it with a pinch of salt anyway. But I don't want anybody coming at me over this. I'm just reporting what I've been given. That's why we put the disclaimer up. And I'll put the disclaimer up again in a few minutes. So, you are all probably wondering what the name of this episode is, or what the reveal of the episode title is. Well, I'm going to do it a little bit different than I normally do it. So if you check our banners, right, I'm about to reveal the name of the episode. Now, there's a bit of a theme here, I will say. Chibnall obviously likes the letter R. When it comes to the Daleks, we've had Revolution of the Daleks and all of this. So here is the reveal coming up now. It'll be interesting to see how you all react. I just want to make sure. Right. Here we go. Are you ready for the reveal? Are you ready for the reveal? Are you ready? Okay. Here we go, folks. Here is, it's going to scroll across the screen. Here is the final episode title of Whittaker's era. Rumored, I should say. Sorry, I did put the disclaimer, but just in case people are stupid, I'll say it now. Rumored to be the title of Jodie Whittaker's final episode. This is it. Retribution of the Daleks. There you go. There you go. So apparently that's going to be the name of Jodie Whittaker's final swan song as the Doctor. Now, I haven't gotten any details on the plot right now or anything. But it's not going... Look. At the end of the day, yeah, fans are going to speculate, right? At the end... The Daleks are definitely in Series 13. I said it. As soon as we seen the picture of the Daleks, it's not going to end well for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. So he does have a funny... He does have a funny thing. There is a Dalek trilogy definitely going on. There is a definite trilogy going on with the Daleks. I said it the other day as well. I said, Chris Chibnall's not doing these festive specials and bringing back the Daleks, and he's just going to keep bringing them back for festive specials. There's something behind this Dalek thing that he's doing, right? And it looks like Whittaker and indeed Daleks are going to be facing off. And maybe we'll probably get a proper face-off this time. You know, every time she has faced the Daleks, it hasn't been a full confrontation, you know what I mean? So I'm looking to see what they do with this. Look, no matter what anybody says, this is fascinating right now because you're seeing photographs, you know, you're seeing bits, snippets of information coming up from other people out there as well that do this kind of thing. It's all adding up to be, look, it's certainly going to be interesting what Series 13 is going to do. I mean, we've got the Sontarans, we've got Weeping Angels. Now we've got the Daleks, right? More than likely, those Cybermen are going to be back, right? There's a possibility of the Autons, right? So I don't know. I thought John shot the Doctor. Again, I need to kind of put this out there because some people are not understanding. Everything that I put out on this channel is rumour. Yes, we did talk about John Bishop's character shooting the Doctor. Just because I've told you the name of the episode there, or the potential name, or rumoured name, doesn't mean that John Bishop's character is not going to do what I've been told. Right? There might be just Daleks in it. Could be a genuine mistake. But again, when I see people say, I thought you said, listen, everything I put out there is rumour and speculation anyway. Why are you all taking it to heart? I say take it with a pinch of salt. You need to take this with a pinch of salt. This is what I've been told, and this is what I'm reporting. But you can't take everything as gospel. And some of you seem to be keep taking it as gospel. You can't be taking this as gospel because I don't even know. I just reporting on what I've been told. And remember, we already know that Doctor Who is behind schedule, and that, you know, and we've already been told, and we know that in the past he has rewritten a lot of stuff, and he's probably doing the same thing again. So again, information, we're going to get information, right? But at the same time, we'll probably get information that's going to contradict other information. It's just the way it is because he'll obviously be rewriting stuff or whatever. But at the end of the day, I keep telling people, you've got to take all of this with a pinch of salt. I even today, in yesterday's video, people were trying to say that my video was clickbait. What was clickbait about it? I showed the photographs of Jodie Whittaker crying. I showed the headline news article, and then I showed the windbag and the crybaby that was saying that was uncomfortable for them. So what was clickbait about it? There was nothing clickbait about it. People just want to moan about something, right? Yeah, he's just looking for something to moan about, right? I'm just reporting on what I'm given. Retribution of the Daleks. That's it. That's what I've been told, right? So it's rumored. So there you go. Disclaimer. Don't be taking all the information that I put out there to heart, even if I have gotten stuff right in the past. Remember, my sources are not going to be always spot on anyway. It's like every time I put news out there, it's the same with the other side. They keep calling me a liar, this, that, and the other. When do I ever say any of this is fact? Anyway, back to what we were talking about. I just think right now that all the evidence and all the stuff that we're hearing suggests that this is definitely Jodie Whittaker's last series of Doctor Who. The problem I have is if Chris Chibnall remains, there's no point in getting rid of Jodie Whittaker because she wasn't the biggest issue. She certainly was part of the problem, but the biggest issue is Chris Chibnall and his writing team. So it doesn't matter. And the title of the episode, I thought, look, I've actually said this. I don't mind the new Daleks or what he's doing with these Daleks. I just don't like the design. But I do like what he's trying to do with them, if you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of good things in those Dalek stories. Unfortunately, they're just so poor that people won't watch them. But there's some fascinating stuff going on that he is doing with the Daleks that I do like. They're kind of like their version of the Dalek, or Earth's version of the Daleks, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's interesting, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just want this era to end so we can actually talk about stuff that we like talking about when it comes to Doctor Who, like we do with the New Who and classic streams. It's just getting to the point now where we all just want this nightmare to be over. I'm just sick and tired of this. Daleks are fine. I thought his Cybermen were good too. It's just stories about exactly. Even the Sontaran redesign looks good as well, right? And they probably will be good within that story, but the story probably be poor. That's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me about Chibnall. He's just not good enough. But I do like his redesigned Sontarans. I don't like the redesigned Daleks, but I do like what he's doing with the Daleks. I originally at first wasn't sure about those new Cybermen, but they have grown on me. But I don't like the Cyber Lords, and I don't like the way he bastardized the Time Lords, putting them into cyber suits, dead Time Lords at that. Like stuff like that, I don't like. But he has done some good stuff, right? The problem is that his writing is so shockingly bad that it doesn't matter about these good elements. Fans are attracted, are going to be interested and stay interested in the show if the writing is good. If the writing's not good, it doesn't matter what good elements you have in there. The writing is the glue that keeps it all together. So the writing is being poor, but he has done some good things, and that's the thing. And this Dalek story or whatever he's doing, there's definitely something he's trying to do. Whether it's, I mean, like they're not the Daleks that we know. They've designed their own. They've created their own on Earth. So it's interesting what they're going to do. But again, the story writing's so bad. And then when he does try write something decent, like he did with the last festive special, there's plot holes galore. The sooner the Chibnall era ends, the better. But yeah. Well, the last time the sources spoke about Chibnall, Daniel, it was 50-50. It was 50-50. He could either stay, he could go. Nobody knows yet. That card is being played close to the chest. Listen, I've always said that I believe the reason why the Whittaker thing was leaked, that she was leaving, was because I thought something else bigger was going on behind the scenes. Now, whether that's Chris Chibnall leaving or not, I don't know. But I always found it strange that the Whittaker news, and I know we spoke about it, but when the papers literally then start talking about it, I was actually surprised. And that was common knowledge in the industry and stuff, like that it's an open secret, like that. You know, like for it to be that open, there's obviously something else going on behind the scenes. Keep us distracted, keep us talking about Jodie Whittaker leaving, and then they could get on to the business or whatever they're up to. But there's certainly something going on. And if that is indeed the title of Whittaker's last episode, you know, let's hope it's the last of Chris Chibnall's reign too. As I said, none of this will make any difference. You can get rid of Whittaker. You can replace her with an actor or an actress, someone that's got a better CV, or someone that you think has better screen presence. It's not going to make a difference. Fans have made up their mind. The Chris Chibnall era has failed. The experiment has failed. Chris Chibnall has damaged the show, and a lot of fans will not come back unless he's gone. And if BBC come out and say that, they're happy with the way the ratings are going and all of this, and they're happy with it editorially and all of this, they can keep their heads stuck in the sand or bury their heads, whatever they want to do. It's not going to stop the decline of this show. Something drastic needs to happen. And if they think Whittaker leaving is going to be drastic enough, well, they've totally miscalculated and they've totally mistook the fan mood, because the fan mood isn't on Twitter. You can listen to a couple of hundred accounts on Twitter with rainbow flags and supporting all these different causes and pander to them. We've already seen what these people are like that you pander to. Some of them have been exposed as bullies and stuff like that, but you still continue to pander to these fans. And as I said yesterday in my last video, this is me not having a go, but I think it's about time that BBC dumped what they are doing now and actually embrace all fans. At the end of the day, the people behind Doctor Who are paid to do one job and one job only, and that's entertain an audience, the British public, right? And right now, they're not doing that, okay? And as fans as well, we expect a certain standard. That standard is not being met right now. So a lot of decisions have to be made, and it looks like BBC are sticking their heads in the sand. And if they keep doing that, there's going to be no show to save. I'm sorry, but you have to stop pandering to all of these people. You've got to embrace all fans, even fans whose opinion you mightn't necessarily agree with. At the end of the day, you guys are there to entertain us, right? You should not be caring what fans' political beliefs are, religious beliefs are, sexual orientation or whatever, right? Or whatever views they have, right? Your job is to entertain the public, okay? You have forgotten that, right? You are becoming activists. right? You just want to plug a message all the time within every single show that you do. It's not just Doctor Who, but Doctor Who is one of the worst, right? You cannot just make a simple program to entertain. You need to pander to some idiot out there, and you need to stop that. You need to embrace everybody. Yeah, and you also have to have your finger on the pulse and understand how the British public feel. And I don't think anybody at the BBC right now understands the mood of the British public. Whether BBC like it or not, you know, society and the public, you know, are two different things, believe it or not. Because society might go in one direction, right? Which it's happening now. But you see a lot of people like myself and others out there, and there's literally millions of us anyway, right? That are going against it because we see where society is going. We don't like it. It's a cold future that we're looking at. And we don't want that. We want everybody. They talk about inclusion and all of this, right? They talk about diversity and all of this other thing, right? But all they've ever done is try separate us all, put us into labels, put us into little nice, neat little boxes. That's not how you do it. You embrace everybody. Forget about the labels. Forget about all the boxes. We embrace everybody, but that's not what they want to do. So if BBC don't stop pandering to these people, there is going to be no show left because the ratings will continue. Listen, as I said, at this stage now, you could bring back Matt Smith. You could bring back Peter Capaldi. You could bring back any former Doctor in an episode with Jodie Whittaker. And I'm sorry, only that episode would do well. I'm not going to lie and say that it wouldn't do well. It would do well, right? But it'd be the only episode in the whole entire series that would do well. The rest of the series is going to suffer. And you can have as many villains, you can have as many popular characters or villains or whatever that put in Series 13. You've already seen it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yes, bringing John Barrowman back did give the show a little spike. But as soon as he was gone, it disappeared. So it doesn't last long. These are just little reprieves for the show. But at the end of the day, you're not going to stop the inevitable, which is if you continue down this path, Doctor Who will not survive. If Doctor Who truly wants to represent everybody, as I said, it must stop pandering to a select few out there. And if you notice as well, by the way, whenever there's a Doctor Who competition, whenever there's anything, right, it's always all of these fans that they pander to, the toxic ones. I've even seen on the Doctor Who Lockdown channel that there's a couple of bullies in those videos that have bullied women and blokes in the fandom constantly, right? And they're featured on the Doctor Who Lockdown channel, right? They have bullied women and others in this fandom, and they feature in the Doctor Who Lockdown channel, right? The social media accounts on Twitter pander to that lot as well. Look at their recent posts, right? And then look at the comments underneath. By the way, the admin as well of that must be in their early 20s or mid-20s because they never talk about anything other than New Who. They asked a stupid question today about is Blink in the top 5 of Doctor Who episodes. They didn't speculate. They didn't stipulate whether it was it included classic and New Who, but it's not even in the top 5. Even in New Who, it's not even in the top 5. It's certainly not in the top 5 if you bring in classic into the equation as well. Again, all of these social media sites, all of these magazines, you know, you can see it now. It's affecting Big Finish. BBC need to clear out all of these people. And they need to bring in people that actually understand the show, love the show, and want the show to be a success. Right? They all should be pulling together as one, right? To convince us that this is the greatest show on the planet, to come and be a fan again, right? That's their job now. And I tell you one thing, if Chris Chibnall does leave, I do pity the next showrunner, because the next showrunner is going to have a massive task. Not only will they have to hit the ground running with their series, but they'll have to say and do all the right things, which this current production team hasn't done. They've attacked fans constantly, right? Remember, it was the media. It was the media who forced, when fans started to complain about their franchises, about their TV shows. It was the media that came out with the term, they're trolls, they're racists, they're bigots, right? And then all of these people that these companies pander to, right, then keep repeating the same crap that the media. Remember, it was the media that was responsible for labeling all of us sexist because we didn't like the casting of Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, right? Peter Davison was ran off social media. We've seen that, right? At the end of the day, right, what happened here is that these people working in the magazines all have a leftist agenda, right? They seen fans giving out they didn't like it, so they needed some way to put us on the back foot. So that's when they started labeling us all, right? And you get it, you're either racist or white supremacist, you're sexist, you're misogynistic, you're transphobic, you're homophobic, you're whatever phobia you can think of, right? That was the media's fault, right? And then it was helped along by companies like the BBC, because instead of, like, you know, coming out and siding with fans, they've decided that they're just going to continually attack fans. And remember, Jodie Whittaker herself has had a go twice at fans. She did that stylist video, and she also did a Q&A, and she brought up the Not My Doctor movement. And, you know, he had that line in the series where he talked about upgrade. That was Chris Chibnall having a go at fans that had a problem with the decisions he made. That's how... This is what we have to deal with. We have to deal with a grown man throwing his toys out of his pram because his era is being criticised. So, for me, Jodie Whittaker leaving is a step in the right direction, but it makes no difference if Chris Chibnall is still at the helm for Series 14. He has to go for Doctor Who to have any hope of survival. And that's how serious it is. These other fans don't actually take us seriously. They because, you know, we've been put down for the last 3.5, they don't take us seriously. They don't understand that the reason why, and they should listen to me, because my experience of watching TV and films over the years, right, and now being involved in what I do over the last 3 years, right, we can predict these things happening now. You look at any channels out there, you know, they talk about something, they talk about a show, and you look at the videos from the past, they predicted all of this stuff. It's all predictable. So you need to listen to us. When we tell you that Doctor Who is in trouble, right? Don't be listening to the BBC. Don't be listening to YouTubers out there that keep spinning the ratings all the time, right? The bottom line is the ratings are down the pan, right? The bottom line is Doctor Who magazine is struggling. The bottom line is Doctor Who merchandise across the board is struggling, right? How many episodes, right, of the Chris Chibnall era have to break a record for being the lowest viewed before fans actually cop onto themselves and understand that this show is in serious trouble? The show is in serious trouble. It really is. And this is why I've complained for over 3 years. Because I care. Everybody here in the chat that supports me cares. We care about this show. We don't want this show to go away. I want this show to be around until I'm in my 80s or 90s if I last that long. I want the show to last. Do you know what? Ideally, I'd love it to go on forever. Even after I'm dead. I care. People care about this show. And BBC have to have the will. BBC don't realise, I've said this over the last few months and years, BBC don't realise what a gem they actually have in their hands, right? They've got this main show, Doctor Who, right? Now, they have done a few spin-offs, but let's concentrate on Doctor Who first, right? They've got Doctor Who, right? You've got fans out there screaming, right, for a Paul McGann miniseries, right? You've had them screaming for ages. You've had some fans over the years scream for a Jenny, the Doctor's Daughter adventure story, right? We had the Sarah Jane Adventures, we had Torchwood, and yes, we had Class. Class didn't hit the mark with fans, that's fair enough, right? But we had those, right? And you have Doctor Who, right? Now, Doctor Who should be the central hub, right? But the central hub has to have proper foundations. It has to be steady. Right now, Doctor Who isn't. Right? They don't realise what they have. If they got in the right writers, right, and they actually got someone in that wrote sci-fi, not necessarily a Doctor Who fan, right? If they got someone in that was a sci-fi writer and understood sci-fi, yes, that person then can bring in people that have worked on the show before to give them guidance to help them. Right, saying, look, you can't do that sort of thing. You know, fans wouldn't react well to that. You know, someone there to advise a new showrunner. Right? But then when you get that show all sorted and the ratings start going up again, then you start planning, right? You can have, you know, you can have a Doctor Who cinematic universe, right? You really could, right? Then you bring back Torchwood, right? And then you launch the Paul McGann miniseries, right? Then for the kids, right? You could bring the Jenny Adventures, or you could bring Ace back and give Sophie her own show because, you know, she did that little trailer and that got fans all excited. You could do that. But the main show, Doctor Who, is the key to all of this anyway, for the rest of it to happen. There'll be no more Torchwood unless Doctor Who is sorted anyway. The fans need to understand that anyway. Torchwood was never coming back. Doctor Who has to be fixed first. You know, you build a house on a shit foundation, it's going to come down. So the show has to be built on solid foundations. And right now, Chris Chibnall's writing, there's nothing solid about it. The foundations are so fucking shaky that I'm even surprised that the show has lasted as long as it has under Chris Chibnall. I am. Series 11, he did something completely different and it threw a lot of fans off. Then he tried to bring it back with Series 12 and give us a little bit of the familiar, but it still didn't hit the mark. Still didn't hit the mark. And now we're getting Series 13 and we're hearing about Weeping Angels. We're hearing about Daleks, right? We've Sontarans, right? There's talks of the Autons, right? And we obviously seen the picture of the Daleks, right? And I reckon as well, because look it wouldn't make any sense if Sacha Dhawan's not going to turn up again. If she's going to be leaving, obviously he has to turn up. Like, that'd be stupid. So he'll be in it as well, right? Which means the Cyber Lords will probably be back and the Cybermen, right? So you've got all that going on. And he thinks he could bring all of those back. And if he's writing this shit, people are still going to watch. We've had enough of your shit writing, mate. It's done now. You could bring, as I said, you could bring back Matt Smith now. You could bring back Peter Capaldi, right? Who everybody is still kind of pining over. You could bring back Peter Capaldi, and it's still not going to make a difference. You're not going to save your era. You're done. You need to do the right thing now, Chris. And the right thing is for you to hand in your resignation and resign your post. That's what you should do. Because, you know, you can have as many supporters out there on Twitter all you want and have these YouTubers that blow smoke up your ass support you. But at the end of the day, I think the British public and I think the majority of fans have spoken loud and clear. And what they're saying to me is that they want changes. So changes need to happen. And it has to happen. But the thing about it is, again, people will say, well, no, it's not going to make a difference. You still get rid of Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker. You still have the regime above him. I do get that. But I'm just talking about Doctor Who. The BBC right now is a joke. Anyway, we all know that. But for me, I'm just talking about Doctor Who. And I still do believe if you get in the right person, you bring in the right writing team, you cast the right person to play the Doctor, you can resurrect this show. It's going to take a lot of effort on the new showrunner's part. As I said, they will have to hit the ground running with their series, but they'll also have to say the right things and be seen to say the right things and engage with fans. Engage with fans. This is the one thing that has been missing from this era, the Chris Chibnall era. Series 11, yes, there was. There was plenty of fan engagement. Of course there was, sure. You couldn't go anywhere and Jodie Whittaker's face was everywhere, right? That was to be expected. First female Doctor, it was always going to happen, right? But we've seen what happened in the run-up to Series 12 because I was doing a lot of videos on it. And I was saying to you all, isn't it strange how there's no promotion of our next season? And there was absolutely none until right at the last minute when they start dropping trailer. And then we got told that it was dropping there. Do you remember? Right? Same with Series 13. What's actually coming out officially from Doctor Who magazine or our mouthpiece Radio Times about the new series? Absolutely nothing, right? Even the Radio Times, and I'll put up an art, by the way, they're even rehashing old articles, right? Because there's no news coming out whatsoever, right? They're regurgitating old news, right? And making a headline out of it and throwing it up and repackaging it as new news, right? Recent article by, who was it? I think it was it could have been the Metro, one of those papers. But I went in to read the article. It was literally the comments that Jodie Whittaker had made in January about how when she was questioned, was she leaving the show? And she said right now that she was just going to concentrate on filming and she wasn't even thinking about that yet, right? They made a whole article out of that line and that was in January. That's how slow, right? There's no news, no nothing coming out whatsoever. Chris Chibnall, always under Moffat and RTD, right? There'd be something, right, in the Doctor Who magazine, right? Chris RTD would do an interview and he'd give a little teaser or something, right? Moffat be the same, right? Does Chris Chibnall do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that he does give out is very vague. He never gives us anything. Gives us absolutely nothing. So look, everything is wrong with this era. The promotion of it, they hardly promote Whittaker, which is since Series 11. If I was fans of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, I would say to you guys, why aren't you kicking up stink about how little she's being promoted? For the first female Doctor, yes, Series 11, she might have been over promoted, but it still happened. You know, they could have got the balance right for Series 12 and still promoted her, but they didn't. Right? They're doing the same again with Series 13. Nothing. And that we're getting is from fans or from sources out there. Right? It's either fans turning up at filming locations and we're getting to see some of these photographs, or it's source information. Right? Chris Chibnall's given us nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the lack of promotion. And I know they're still filming, right? But remember this, right? They were still filming The Batman. And I know that's a movie, but they do this anyway. They do it with TV shows as well. They do film stuff, right? And then they try put a little, maybe a 10-second teaser or a 30-second teaser together, you know, to get fans excited and hyped, right? Chris Chibnall doesn't do any of that. Again, that's another thing that's missing. Where's the hype? You know, do you remember when Christopher Eccleston's season was coming out, the very first one? We had the little teasers. Do you remember? There's about 20 of them, right? They did little teasers telling you when Doctor Who was going to be on, right? Monday, they'd have the first teaser. Tuesday, the second one, right? Thursday, they'd do a countdown and all they would, right? Only 3 days to go. Only 2 days to go. You know? None of that happening. Again, promotion, bad. Look at. Bottom line is Chris Chibnall's been a piss poor showrunner, and every decision that he's made has been wrong. So I could sit here all night talking about him, but we've already spoke about him enough anyway. But that's supposed to be the rumored title of Jodie Whittaker's swan song. So as I said, you know, it is only rumor, and it shouldn't be taken as fact. I just right now, you know, all I want to hear is that both of them are gone, and then I can look to the future with a little bit of optimism. But I'll be cautious. But maybe we can. Maybe the show can survive this if they make the right choices. So, guys, that is everything so far. If I do get any details on the plot for this story, remember we did get some information on Spyfall, and you all remember how that went. So if I do get specific information on the episode, I'll have to be careful how I do it this time, because remember BBC had the last one with the Spyfall information taken down. So I don't want to get into all of that nonsense again with the BBC. But if I do find out anything, I will try my best to put it out there. And, you know, I know there'll be some out there that'll cry, oh, why are you giving the plot away? Who gives a crap? Nobody gives a crap about this era except about 10 people. Get away. Right. So, yeah. If I get anything, I'll let you know. But, as I said, even for the sources out there, right, you can tell it's been, you know, information has been very slow this year compared to other years. I have to say, Series 11 we got a lot, Series 12 we got a lot as well, but Series 13 we're not getting as much as we got last year. There does seem to be, it's either a willingness, an unwillingness of people to talk as much as they used to, or I think people are just being cautious of what they're given to sources to put out there. So I don't know. It's It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we get nothing off these. Agree. The space book is here. So I just want to say hello. How are you? It's been a while. I see Nerdaholics is also in the chat as well. It's nice to see you two guys, especially because we haven't seen you in a while. I hope you are both doing well, actually. Um, and I know the space. I know Dan is still busy away working on the space book, and I seen Nerdaholics recently had a video as well. But it's nice to see you guys. I have to say, you know, with everything that's been going on, it's nice to see everybody still out and about doing their thing. It has become a very stressful time for us all, hasn't it? But it's nice to see us all, really. Seriously, man. Have to be honest. And go and check out our channels there, guys. Yeah, I seen the post you put up about your PC. All right, yeah. I say you're delighted to be back in the swing of things, anyway, as we all do. So yeah, Dan did say, agreed. I do not care about the plots, titles, actors, anything, and that's on them, not on me, or Noel, or Gary, or any other content maker. Chibnall and Co are the problem and always have been. Exactly, exactly. I mean, these fans out there are so quick to blame us on all of the failings of this era when it's clear to see who they should be really, you know, aiming their anger at. It's not me. You're right. It's not you. It's not Gary. It's not Ballstreck. It's not anybody out there. You know, it's Chris Chibnall, his writing team, the people that produce and run this show. And this is what I mean. Like, when I see comments like, I don't care about this show anymore because of what Chibnall has done, that breaks me heart. No fan should ever have to feel like that. But that's what he has done. That's what he has done. So as I said, bring back Daleks all you want. Bring back Weeping Angels, Sontarans. Bring them all back. Not going to make a difference. Not going to make a difference. And by the way, Chris, just to let you know, fans are actually sick and tired of the Daleks now. And I know because of the Terry Nation estate, you have to blah, 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 blah. But maybe you should come up with a new arrangement or something because we're actually getting sick and tired of the Daleks. I will say one thing, Chris Chibnall has made them more sinister, has made them as sinister as they used to be. Stephen Moffat turned them into a bit of a joke. I will give him credit for that, but I am sick and tired of the Daleks now at this stage. Even though this new thing that he's doing with them is a little bit fascinating, I think it is anyway. I'm sick of Daleks. I'm sick of Cybermen. I don't mind the Weeping Angels because, they were ruined in the end. I hope he makes them scary again like he did with the Daleks. But, I'm kind of over all of these other villains as well. Sontarans, Cybermen, I think look, for me personally now, I think it's time to start creating more alien races now. We've got the established ones. The ones that Chris Chibnall has actually come up with are shit. But you get someone in there that actually can create and a creative team that can actually create stuff. Then you could be onto something. But again, even these villains are poor. Everything about it is just poor. So no tooth monster. Yeah. He uses Colgate to wash his face. Yeah, I mean, again, the last two Dalek stories have been New Year's specials. Yes, they have, and the latest one wasn't actually that bad. It just had too many plot holes. No, and there was a couple of things that happened in the episode that kind of rubbed fans up the wrong way. Oh, we got Extra Spice Mikey in the chat. He's got a new logo. Nice. So yeah, I think that's all I have to really say. There's not much more to actually say on the subject. So as I said, anyway, it is all rumor. I will put that disclaimer up again in a few minutes. But as I said, that is the rumored title of Whittaker's last episode. Now, whether that's a special or not, I don't know. As I said, we don't have any details yet on the plot. Hopefully, we might get some like we did with Spyfall. And we all seen how that went. That didn't go too well with the BBC. They had to take it down for giving away trade secrets, and yeah, that was funny. So if I do get any plot details and I am able to reveal, I will. And I will find some way anyway of doing it so I don't, get myself into trouble. But there you go. If I do get it, I will let you know. You know me. Look, if there's information out there to be put out there, I'll put it out there. Some people criticize what we do on this channel. I'll never stop putting the information out there because I never say it's fact. And if people take it as fact, unfortunately, that's their problem and not mine. Just like it's Chris Chibnall's fault that I don't like Doctor Who. I'm a fan of this show ever since I can remember. I was young. I've grown up with this show. And we have a showrunner that has made me dislike it. And I'm not the only one. So that's on him. That's on him. Not on me. Not on the fans that have been criticised for 2.5, 3 years, 4 years, nearly now, whatever it is. What was it, 3.5, 4 years? 3 years since she was cast, 4 years since she was cast. I forget now. It's been that long. But look, as Darren says there, hopefully there are better times ahead. And things are starting to improve out there. People are starting to, get back to some sort of normality. Let's hope now, that hopefully, a decision is made sooner rather than later on Chibnall's future if he hasn't made it. But he has to go. Jodie Whittaker gone is not going to solve all these problems. So, yeah. Roy, we'll leave it there anyway. So here's the story. We were supposed to have the movies on tonight. But as you know, John had already told me a couple of days ago that he can't actually make it. And I've tried to get in touch with our second co-host, and it doesn't look like I can get in touch. It doesn't look like I can get a hold of him either. So what I might do is I might push the movie stream tomorrow, and because we don't do anything on Friday, I was thinking of doing the sliders on Friday night instead. As I said, everything is starting to go back to normal, so people are visiting visiting family and stuff like that. So so it's understandable. Some people are also in work. So what I'll do is I'll move it to Thursday. So we have the Never Ending Story tomorrow. Movie watch along. So if you want to come and join us for that, that'll be tomorrow. Then on Friday, we will have we will start our Sliders review. Then it'll go back to Thursday normal. Then, as I said, but yeah, unfortunately, everybody is busy, and which is understandable, as I said. But listen, for everybody that's listening tonight and that's in the chat, remember we're going to be doing those Sliders reviews each week and watch alongs. So if you want to join in, and you haven't been on the channel in a while, or you've never been on the channel but you've been in the chat a long time, you're more than welcome. Or if you would like to join the movie stream as a guest with me and me co-hosts, Alpha and a Super Doctor, you're more than welcome to come on and join us for a movie. As I said, this week is the Never Ending Story. I will put up the poll not on Facebook, on YouTube later on in the community section. You will see it. I'll put up a post there. There will be a poll. There will be 2 movies for me to choose from. Go and give your vote when that poll goes up. You guys will obviously I'll give you the 2 choices, and then you guys will pick from those 2 choices, and that will be the movie that we will do. And please do join us, because we do like doing the movie streams. So come and join us. It does be a bit of fun as well. We watched the Goonies last week, and that was a lot of fun. Listen, on I don't want to bring up this time. I don't want to bring up his name, but since the hate group is gone, the fandom has gone back to some sort of calmness before they appeared. So it is a bit safer, but we do still have that other troll showing up on people's streams. But other than that, most of them are gone away. You nip the king in the bud. That's it. It's like a weed. You use weed all. You got to kill it at the root. And once they got rid of him, that was it. The rest of them fell away. The rest that are trying now are just little stragglers. They don't actually have much power. But they're dangerous, and they're saying some vile stuff. So if you ever do see them around, just report them. Just report them. That's the best thing to do. Just report them. We're not going to tolerate. We're not even going to, react to them. They just get reported and get removed. They're not worth their time or your time. Remember that. But the fandom is a lot better. I have to be honest. Because that person was fueling a lot and G'd up a lot of people and gave people gave them a bit of encouragement to go and do what they were doing. But now that encouragement is not there, the fandom is you still have the usual suspects still ranting and raving about us, but because I don't pay any attention to it, I don't really care. There's people out there that will always hate me, and there are people out there that will always backstab me. That's just the way this game works, and you just have to kind of get on with it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And yes, as I wrote up on Twitter, I am finally at peace for once. It doesn't matter what these people say or do anymore. I've gotten to the stage where I don't actually give 2 fucks anymore. There's much more stuff to be worried about than worried about what some little twat has to say in his basement, you know. So yeah, that's it. We're done. So I hope you can join me over the weekend as well for the watch alongs. And then, as I said, Friday I am working on something, a brand new stream. And you know, it was suggested by someone that I use the Cracking Time trailer for this new Friday show, but it wouldn't make sense for what I want to do. As I said, I want to do the news articles, want to comment on all things pop culture, react, you know, do reactions, you know, have me panelists on, but not only have panelists on, but there'll be different panelists on each week. It won't be the same panelists week in, week out. It'll be different guests each week because I want to bring on as many. Now, of course, I'm not saying they won't show up again. Of course they will. But what I'm saying is that, you know, I want to freshen it up as much as possible each week and bring on as many different guests as I can. And it'll be a pop culture show. So I don't think Cracking Time actually works for that, because we will be having crack. I'm not going to say we won't be having crack, but we will be reacting to stuff that has gotten fans talking. And there's a lot of stuff out there that's going on right now that has a lot of fans talking. Like, for example, they've started filming Indiana Jones 5. We've had a couple of set photos. That's got a lot of fans talking. There's the Loki stuff. You know, apparently he's gender fluid now. That's got a lot of fans talking. So it'll be kind of that stuff, reacting to news articles, trying to give a balanced view with the panel that I have on and stuff like that. So that's the plan. That's what we want to do. We want to continue to try and be as unique as possible. And as I said, the Tarda Zone talks will return when Series 13 returns. As I said, it's on hiatus. There's no point of having a show or a stream that's dedicated to fans coming on, expressing their concerns about a show that's not even on air right now. So we will as I said, when the show returns, the Tarda Zone talks returns. So Lee, I just want to ask you, can I ask you what your problem is? Because I've seen over the last few weeks and months you've been making very snarky comments in my video. And any video that I do when it comes to rumor and speculation. I make it very clear that it's rumor and speculation, but you've said things like clickbait and you said things like that. Have you got a problem? Because I've no problem calling people out anymore, by the way. So if you have a problem with what I do here, I suggest that you leave. Because I'm sick of this. You know, how many times do I have to tell people? Yeah, I just think Harrison Ford's too old. That's my only problem. I know a lot of people have problems because Kathleen Kennedy was on set because Phoebe Waller-Bridge was cast. But as I said, because nothing's being filmed, so he can't actually really moan about it. And yes, he's can kind of probably, you know, because Kathleen Kennedy has had something to do with Star Wars, you could judge it that way and say, well, it's going to go woke. You don't know absolutely whether it is or not. Seriously, man, I'm just gonna. If anybody has a problem with what I do on this channel or how I run this channel, right? Yous are free to leave anytime yous want. Yous aren't obligated to stay subscribed to me, right? But I put up with a lot of stuff, right, out there. I'm not gonna start putting up with snarky comments from people that support me. If you don't like what I do, you can also leave too. That's how I feel about it. I'm not going to listen. This is me. This is what I've always done, right? As I said, there's a problem. It's time to move on. Simple as that. Like others have done. Like others have done. There's people that have had problems the way I've run this channel and decided to go off and do their own stuff. But instead of keeping their mouth shut, have decided to bring me name into stuff and all of this. And I'm not going to have it. So if anybody has a problem, just leave the channel. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to be putting up with this anymore from anybody. As I said, I'm not going to put up with from them. And I'm certainly not going to put up with from people that come on here. I've noticed over the last couple of months, you know, snarky comments here and there. And I've kind of tolerated it and let it slide under the radar. But I'm not letting it slide under the radar anymore. Right? So if you still have a problem with the way I run the channel, you are more than welcome to leave. I'm not asking you, and you are not obliged to say stay subscribed to me. You know, I just pull out what I'm given. Right? I tell people how I feel. I give the people an opportunity to come on here and tell people how they feel. Right? If people have a problem with that, that's fine. That's fine. They can walk away. But once you walk away, you keep your mouth shut. Simple as that. Done nothing on you. Don't like it. That's the way it is. Right, let's see. I'm just sick of it. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling people, you know, what I put out there. If you think my videos are clickbait, you don't have to watch. If you think that my videos are lies, you don't have to watch. I never force anybody to watch me chat. This is the thing about this whole situation over the last 3.5, 4 years, right? Nobody has to watch me. I had 10 people watching me at one stage. 10 people. I was happy with that. Right? Nobody has to watch me. People have come support me because whatever I'm saying resonates with them. Right? For others out there, they don't like what I have to say. So if you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to come in and comment. You just jog on. Jog on. I'm just sick of the little snipey comments. It just needs to stop. You know, I'm dealing with enough crap here, like yous all. We're all dealing with stuff. I don't need this, right? Don't need this crap. And I certainly don't need it off people that are supposed to be supporting me. And I know the majority of you in here do support me, right? I'm not saying that yous don't, right? But I've noticed over the last couple of months there are one or two that are supposed to be supporting me that are coming out little snarky comments, and I've let it go under the radar. But I'm done. I'm not having that anymore. Not having it. Not having it. Well, I you know, at the end of the day, you know what? I don't even have to put this information out, right? Everything that I'm given, right, I could keep to myself and not bother. But I believe that fans have a right to know what's going on with their TV show. And I also believe that they have a right to tell us how they feel. The classic story is what is the classic story? Hold on. The classic story is, I had it there. Warriors of the Deep. Warriors of the Deep. Now listen, I know you all support me, right? It's not yous I'm giving out to. Look, this has been going on for a couple of months. I've had people come on. I do these rumors and I keep just getting snarky comments all the time. I've put up a fucking disclaimer. I say it clearly through the video several times that it's rumor and speculation, right? The videos are yesterday's video, right? Yesterday's video was called clickbait, right? Go and watch yesterday's video if you haven't watched yesterday's video, and you tell me what's clickbait about it, right? I showed you the headline, right? I showed you the photographs of her upset, and then I showed you then that particular fan that we all know that felt uncomfortable about it. By the way, I hope you've gone and seen that professional that I told you that you need to go and see. Go to that psych ward, because if that genuinely did make you uncomfortable, well then there's something mentally wrong with you and you need help, mate. Because people have been rumor and speculating ever since this show was conceived. So if you have a problem with that now because it's Jodie Whittaker, well then you need help, mate. You really do need help. I don't know what's happened to you. Maybe the left have wired your brain completely different, and all you can just see is a future where it's run by women and stuff. Fair enough. If you want to be a slave, go ahead. I'd like to have my own individuality and still have my own thoughts and my own ideals. But if you want to be a sheep, fair enough. But listen, go and get some help, man. Because if Whittaker's photographs made you feel uncomfortable, well then there's something wrong with you. Yeah, exactly. So the video was relevant to everything that I was showing, and the title of the video was relevant. And this is why I'm just sick of it. I don't have to put out these videos. I mean, if I never had put out these videos, yes, I did complain about the current era of the show. I probably wouldn't be getting as much stick as I do get, right? But I do believe fans deserve and have a right to know what's going on with their show. So I'll continue to do that. But I'm not going. I'm deadly serious now. I will call out anybody that wants to call me on something. I'm not having it. Not having it. Right. The end of the day, I have no reason to do this other than inform fans. Right. I've no agenda. I've no nothing. All I do is put out information out there. You know, I don't even really care if it's true anymore or not. I used to, when I used to do the series, I was always hoping that we knew, because so I could stick it to them. But you know, I don't even care. I don't even care. I get the information, I put it out there. You know, that's all I do. I'm a messenger. You know what they say, don't shoot the messenger. Well, it is the messenger that normally gets shot. But don't shoot the messenger. We've actually covered the rumor today, Stephen. So the rumor that I've covered today is that the title of Jodie Whittaker's last episode is called "Retribution of the Daleks." Now it's rumored to be called that. We're not saying that that's fact, but that is what's rumored. Now, the reason why I don't cover the rumors on Reddit or Gallifrey base is because more than likely they're 90% bullshit. So as I said to everybody that subscribed to me, that from now on I'd only cover news from me sources, or if I got news that was from several people that was kind of, you know, verified by those people, well then I'll put it out there. But I am not doing any more Reddit leaks. Anybody that does videos on the Reddit leaks is actually just doing it to get clicks, because they're clearly fake. The people that were behind it, first of all, admitted that they were fake. And now more rumors go up and people expect people to actually believe that the rumors on Reddit are real. I wouldn't believe anything off Reddit right now. to be quite honest, even if it looked plausible like it did the last time. These people have ruined Reddit now when it comes to official source information. And I think that was the goal all along. I think that that's what these fans want to do. They want to kind of, they want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They want to discredit places like Gallifrey Base, Reddit, that do this, that used to do these leaks and do them successfully. And that's why I believe they infiltrated these sites and they start putting out their own nonsense, because they wanted to discredit those sites. So their job has actually worked, because nobody will cover. And if any YouTuber is covering, as I said, the Reddit leaks, well, then they're being dishonest to their viewers, and they're only doing it for money and clicks. Simple as that. As soon as we knew that these were made up, we stopped doing them. It's as simple as that. I'll only report information now from my sources that I have, sources that have been reliable over these last few years. Yes, they haven't gotten everything right, but they've gotten most of the stuff that they've given me spot on. And there's no denying that they're reliable. So I will wait for reliable information. The worst thing I did do was cover those Reddit leaks, but at the time, let's be honest, we all did think they were real, and it turned out it was one big joke by some sick individual out there. And remember, the person that did it, a YouTuber out there, was actually reporting on those videos, but was criticizing me on doing it. And now that YouTuber is still covering Reddit leaks. It's disgraceful, actually. Probably coming from the same person that made up the rumors in the first place. And remember, those people were friends as well. They think we're stupid. They do. What is actually Gallifrey Base on Reddit? Well, Gallifrey Base is a forum, which I'm not on. I've seen what it looks like, but you can't go into it as far as I know. Reddit is a shared thing. There's be pictures on Reddit as well, but they have subreddits where the people have conversations. They also show some streams on Reddit as well. It's another social media site. PD, I love it. Yeah, I wouldn't be listening to any account out there that supports this current era or panders to the fans of this current era. More than likely, their information is coming from these sites, and unfortunately, because of the behaviour of a few J bots out there, because the precious little Whittakers gone. They've, as I said, they've made these places a place where people can't trust the information anymore. So I'll wait on reliable sources. There was a rumour from Gallifrey Base that the production might be moved to Scotland. Other than that, I don't know. That could be plausible, because we have heard about where they're filming right now, and apparently it's not viable. We had Eddie on. He did that. Remember, we did that pre-record where we spoke about that. That was very interesting. So there could be something in that. But again, because it's from Gallifrey Base, and I don't know who it's from, I don't know if this person can be trusted. We'll have to wait. But Marty is, he'll check it. He's checking it out. He's seeing if there's anything coming from it. If we know anything, we'll let you know. But Gallifrey Base is probably still, though, just as bad as Reddit right now. But we don't know. But look, that's where I stand on it all. So yeah, I'm gonna leave now. believe it or not, I decided last night to start the ingredients for a stew. Um, I'm going to have it now. I have it on, but the sun has decided to fucking come out now, hasn't it? So I'm sitting here fucking roasting, and I'm about to eat a bowl of fucking stew. Um, I only get my my rumors from you, Noel, and Rabbi. If it goes to Scotland, Daniel better be showrunner. So is it true the final episode is misogyny of the Daleks? Well, if me sources are spot on again, it's retribution of the Daleks. Again, we will say it's only rumor and speculation because it is from sources. And we always make that clear. And before we do go, here is the disclaimer one final time. So everything discussed on this channel regards to the topic in relation to the title of Jodie Whittaker's final Swan Song episode. Remember, it is all rumor and speculation until either verified by the BBC or, well, if that comes of it, I should say. But for those who don't understand, my voice and my Irish accent is a little bit heavy for you guys. Here is a disclaimer actually on the screen right now. Now, I hope that's clear for the people out there that keep having a go at me about what I do here on this channel. So that is our little disclaimer right there. So yeah, that's it. We if I get any more information, as I said, I will let you know. It'll be very interesting. Now, I think the next couple of weeks now is going to be very, as I said, the Euros is coming up soon, and then the final is coming up soon. And there's supposed to be an announcement. So we will have to see. Is it a festive special, Noel, or a serious finale? Now, you see, that's the thing right now. Apparently, we don't know if there's going to be a festive special or not. Right now, as it stands, I don't think there's even one. So that would suggest it's a serious finale. But you know, he could have. Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because if they're right, so if we look at this logically, right, so if we look at this logically, right, so they're apparently behind schedule, right, and over budget, right? Now, let's say that is true, right? So the original plan was to get the series out by the end of the year, right? Try have it around October, November, right? Now, if it's delayed, if they can't reach that October, November timeline, well, then I don't think there will be a festive special, because then that means then that they'd have to put the show on in November, say, right? Then the show goes on for what, 6 weeks. Then they take the little break, and then it ends obviously with a cliffhanger. Then it comes back for the festive special for New Year's Day, and she regenerates. Now, that would happen if they weren't behind schedule. But according to rumors and information out there, they're behind schedule and over budget. So the chances of a festive special, if you look at it logically, are very, very slim right now, unless they're filming the festive special as part of they're not doing it separately. They're going to do it as part of the whole Series 13 production. But right now, I would have to say no. No to a festive special. I think it'll be a series finale. But we'll have to wait and see. As I said, though, I'm only speculating here myself. We will just have to wait and see if we get any more information on that. And if we do, I'll let you know. As I said, and if I'm able to put it out there, I'll put it out there for you and I'll let you know. But these next few weeks are going to be very fascinating. Because, you know, if the rumours are true, there will be an announcement made during the Euro finals or after the Euro finals. So we'll have to wait and see. Right. Anyway, you can let everybody know what the rumoured potential name of the episode is. Retribution of the Daleks. Announcement on Saturday. The Euro finals is not Saturday. The Euros kick off on Saturday. It's the last game, the Euro final. So how many weeks is that? So set your watches, just in case it does happen. Remember as well, though, I want to make this clear, and there's other YouTubers that will back me up on this one as well, though, that have covered Chris Chibnall before. They will tell you, you know, we always get rumours, all of us, including streamers out there that don't really used to get on with. Right? They'll tell you this as well. Right? When it comes to Chris Chibnall and a rumoured announcement, we take it with a pinch of salt. And this is why we take it with a pinch of salt. Because there will be an announcement, right? And it'll be set in stone. And then he'll somehow get either last minute jitters or he'll change his mind and he won't release that. Right? Now that's happened a couple of times with him. So I'm not, look, it would make logical sense for them to make the announcement during the biggest game of the Euro finals. The final itself, it's going to be watched by millions of people on the BBC. If they're going to be making an announcement, then that would be the time to do it. But this is Chris Chibnall. And does Chris Chibnall do anything by the book? So take it with a pinch of salt, right? It's rumoured. So we'll wait until the Euro finals come. I will be watching, because I'm a football fan anyway. So I will be watching the Euro finals on the BBC just to see if there is anything. And of course, if there is, you know, I'll be going live straight away because that will be something if they do make an announcement. Right. I'm going to stop now because I think we've said all we needed to say on all of the stuff. And as I said, you know, if you like what I do here, please subscribe. If you don't like what I do here, you know, then, you know, as I said, you don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to watch me streams. You don't actually even have to be here. That's the thing. You choose to be here to cause problems. I'm not having that anymore. So if you're here to support me, our community here, you're more than welcome. But if you're not, and you just want to have a little dig and have a go, then you're not welcome. Why even bother? Why waste your breath? Why waste your energy? You know, what kind of baffles me about you people is that you constantly come after me and give me channel a lot of attention, whereas if you just ignored me, then nobody out there would really hear the Tarda Zone because I'm a small channel. But for a small channel, I've got a lot of recognition out there. And why? Because of all of you guys. So, you haters out there, I should say. Yous have given me all the publicity I need. So, there you go. Learn these are lessons, I wouldn't even mind, right? Before we leave, actually, I just want to end with this one because this is funny. So, ever since, the hate group has disappeared, obviously, myself and others out there haven't had to defend ourselves every day. We haven't had to really say anything on Twitter. Actually, Twitter's been very quiet. We came across a thread or sent a thread. Do you know there are actually people out there moaning, right? Because I'm not on this channel ranting all the time. Have you noticed how the Tarda Zone's not ranting? Yeah, because I'm not being picked on, because I'm not being accused of doing stuff. That's why. And another reason is because I finally got to the stage where I don't give a shit what you all say anyway. You are a waste of sperm, most of you. So you have no consequence of what I do here, and the community is going strong. So, as I said, you don't even need to be here, but you choose to be. So I'd suggest that you go and get help with these obsessions, because I'm done now. Which I have been, because if anybody has seen me Twitter account or has seen me YouTube channel, you will see that I've been steered away from doing videos where I defend myself. I don't have to defend myself anymore. If these people hate me and these people think these things about me, let them. I can't change their minds, and I'm certainly not going to try anymore. And as I said, the people that want to support me will stay supported to me. The people that don't want to be here will go, like so many have come and gone on this channel. And trust me, we've had so many people here and so many people that have gone. And, that's their decision. What I don't like is when people out there then that have made the decision to walk away, then go and start attacking me for no reason whatsoever. I'm not having that anymore. You people, as far as I'm concerned, were backstabbers. No loyalty. You've walked away. I said nothing. I kept my mouth closed, but you keep bringing me into conversations, and it needs to stop. You need to grow up. You need to stop with your bully tactics as well, and you need to just concentrate on what you are doing on your own channels. Maybe you are stirring up all this hate because you are trying to get some clicks and views for your own videos that you accuse me and others of doing. Maybe you should stop being hypocrites yourselves and actually take your own advice and shut the fuck up. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight before I say any more, because if I do say any more, there'll be a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to drag this fandom into another little tiff. But all I'll say to the other side is, and those people that walked away from this channel, you've walked away, fair enough. But now, you stop talking shit about me. I don't talk shit about yours. So leave it out. And just get on and do your stuff on your channels. Right. I'm off anyway. I want to thank all my mods, PD, Chris, Daniel, and all the other mods that are there. I want to thank everybody in the chat that has popped in, especially the old Nerdaholics there and Dan from the Spacebook. It was nice to see them. I see Leland is in the chat as well. Nice to see you. We got Stephen Morris as well. TARDIS time. And we've got all you other guys in there as well. If I didn't mention all your names, I do apologize. Don't take it personally. We got John Michael Fink there as well. Just want to give him a special shout out because he's always leaves me a nice little comment. John does. Great supporter of the channel. I really appreciate that, John. And I do really appreciate all your support. I'm just not going to tolerate people backstabbing me anymore, you know? It's like time for people to grow the fuck up and start being adults, you know? We got Garbage also, as I said, in the chat. And we got Arduous in the chat. Welcome. Nice to see you. Been a while. We got Matt Jones in the chat. We've got, obviously, Scottish Davros, the Lord Master himself. The Adventuring Nerd. I might as well just give you all a little bit of a shout out there. Disaster Area. We haven't done this in a while. Why not? Unknown 289 in the chat as well. Let's go right up. And yeah, and if I've forgotten anybody, as I said, I do apologize. But that's it. We're done. So as I said, the movie stream will be tomorrow. That's Thursday. We're moving it to Thursday because I don't have a panel because they're busy. And then on Friday we'll do Sliders instead. And then, as I said, on Saturday, Classic Who. And then on Sunday we have New Who. So come and join us for that. And in the meantime, if I do get any more information, as I said, you will be the first to hear about it. Have a great evening. Look after yourselves. And listen, again, as I say, every video, thank you again for the continued support. And thank you to everybody that watched yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out as well. Very interesting photographs there. You can have a look and make up your own mind and speculate all you want. And we will see you. We will see you tomorrow. So have a good one. And as I said, join us for the rest of the week. We certainly have a lot going on. And sorry about Mrs. Sound Effects in the background. She's decided to come out now and make her own little special powders and spices and stuff. Or she's probably making a cup of tea. I probably got her all wrong. But yeah, everything she does has a sound effect.
I'm endearing.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. Right, we're off. Don't forget, we're back over the week. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. And don't forget to like, share, and please subscribe if you haven't already. But most importantly, get that information out there as well. You know, Retribution of the Daleks is the rumored final episode title of Jodie Whittaker's run as the Doctor. It's finally going to come to an end, Jodie Whittaker's reign. But as I said, none of this makes a difference if Chris Chibnall is still in the hot seat. Hopefully he goes too. See you later. Bye-bye.